Hello, YouTube. We're back reacting to this Asmongold video. Obviously, I got a little bit emotional. I can't say I won't cry or get upset, but this is basically Asmongold spelling out why he is having issues with Elden Ring and may stop playing it. I think that's what the gist is. I don't know exactly because I haven't watched it all. So let's continue on.
Very big difference between like things that I don't like and things that I think are bad. Like, for example, things that I don't like are claustrophobic fights. Things that I think are bad animations.
Yeah, I don't like anything water in a video game. Like, I'm always very scared about that. Not that it's a bad design philosophy, because it isn't, but I tend to avoid water levels, and if I have to do them, I am always just anxious and very scared. I do not play, like, if there's a game that's specifically water, I will not touch at all. I just don't like it. Never have. It's a personal fear of mine in real life. It's a fear of mine in games as well.
Or like a bad camera.
Yeah, bad cameras are bad. That's bad design, and that can really affect your gameplay.
So like, I think the hippo is a bad fight because of the bad camera. I think most of his attacks are relatively fair. Like that.
Okay, that's admitting that it's more you than it.
A few of his like porcupine things are annoying, but other than that, it's fine. So yeah, and hippo camera is fine. What the fuck? Oh, I'm talking about the one inside of the castle. I don't. Apparently, there's an outdoor one that's a lot easier, but I'm not talking about that one. Yeah, camera's weird. So yeah, dancer camera's fun. What about infinite stamina bosses like Renala Moon Knight? She doesn't have infinite stamina. That's not true. So for example, if being unskilled or not knowing the way a game works is extremely punishing to the point where it's not fun, then you can't really blame it on the player for saying, hey, I'm not having fun for this.
No, you can't blame it on the player, but I would question the player at that point. You know, there's very few games that exist like Elden Ring, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne. And the more people that are complaining about it, the more people that are whining about it, there's going to be less and less of those games. If they want accessibility, if they want easier options, that is going to kill the gaming industry, because all you're going to get is you're going to turn on a fucking thing and it's going to play itself for you. It's what I've been saying the whole fucking time.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but what you're saying is already an issue with the industry, because there's so many games that have already adopted this accessibility options. Oh, it's too hard for you. Well, here you go. Here's an assist mode. Here's a cinematic mode. You don't have to actually do anything. Here's a journalistic mode. Go fuck yourself.
So yeah, a good example of annoying enemies in DLC. Does they remind me of Dark Souls 2 Dragonspire Knights? Huge HP pools. A lot of pieces of shit and unfun. Yeah, I don't know. It's how they teach you. Yeah, exactly. And so, also depends on how overpowered you are. People are mad they're getting filtered by the game content made to be hard. Weird, I'm going to blame the low-skill players who won't change.
There you go. See? Basically echoing my mentality as well. Low-skill players that want to change. Yep. Where's the journalistic mode? Ah!
I still think the DLC is a 10. I think the DLC is amazing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's great.
Okay, but it's just not for you.
For me, it's so hard that it's not fun.
Oh. You did play casual WoW for a very long time. I get it. And listen, if I had played it that long, Asmon, I would be not good at games either. That's why I left World of Warcraft before it became casual.
Does that make sense?
I mean, it does make sense, and a lot of people are like you. Should you be a game content creator? I mean, obviously you're not. You're a reactionary content creator more now than ever. But at the same time, just give up games or go play Little Pony, My Little Pony games, or, you know, some other easy game. Why do you have to go to Elden Ring? Oh, I know why. Let me look at this. Let me look at this VOD. I know why. I know why you go to Elden Ring. 700K, 1.4 million K. Okay, that's not a lot. Well, look at all these other VODs. Okay, so you get a transmog for World of Warcraft. That's why it's so boosted. Okay, but normally not as high. Okay, last 7 days. Okay, not. I mean, he does well regardless, but this is like insane amount of views compared. That's why you do it, right? If you don't like it, why you do it? Well, it's because it's a job. Because they don't actually care about the game; they care about the content.
Like, I think it's a 10 out of 10 game.
That's
It's
great.
amazing.
That's great. Just not for you.
But like whenever the difficulty level is so high that I basically have to perform a choreographed dance
Yeah.
to the point where
That's a video game. You have to play the video game. Like, that's part of the experience of a video game instead of just watching a movie or it playing itself. Asmongold, come on. This is what we've lost. We've lost this ability to overcome and persevere because it's stressful. Sure, it's stressful. Games, I've always said that all games are stressful. You should have an emotional connection to a fucking video game. That's the point. That's the artistic expression of a video game. You think when I played Zelda back then, I didn't have an emotional connection to Zelda and Link? You don't think I cried when Aerith died? Spoiler alert in Final Fantasy VII. Of course I did. I bawled my fucking eyes out like a death of a family member. Come on, this is the fucking point of these games. They're supposed to resonate. They're supposed to elicit feelings. If they don't, I question their intentions. I question their existence. And if they don't for you, I question your motives.
I cannot make a mistake or I will die.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Well, there are games that are like that. Not every game is like that, obviously, but it tends to be that is the genre of the Soul series, Elden Ring.
I am no longer enjoying myself.
Oh, that's
I'm not
too
having fun
bad.
anymore.
Oh, that's too bad.
I'm just basically behaving and playing like a bot. That's the way that I feel. Now, obviously, other people might feel differently. And that's why I'm not saying the game's bad. But that's the way that I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have fun doing that, playing games like that. Like, yeah, it's just it's not enjoyable. I can't deal with like any stress or frustration at all, right?
Wow. That's interesting. I find it ironic that you can't deal with stress or anxiety, and yet you provide, when you do reactionary content, that much stress and anxiety to other people. I remember a time when you were on a Steak and Egg podcast, I would say about 7 days ago, when you basically said, "Oh, I could tell this joke about XYZ person. I don't know," and then went and said basically that I'm dumb, that I'm retarded, that I'm an insane person. Okay, you don't think that creates stress and anxiety? And yet you yourself admit that you don't like it? How is this fair? How is this symbiotic thing fair?
It's like I play the game and I struggle at the game and everybody says that I'm a piece of shit, right? So it's like it's almost like I can't lose because everybody is waiting to like hate me for losing.
Oh, that's so sad. Then don't play the fucking game. You know, if you know that you can't do the game, you know, this is why journalists, you know, they're need to play every fucking game, okay? But obviously you did because of this 700K, 1.4K. You know, 1.4 million. You know what it's going to get for attention. That's why you choose to do it, okay? Don't act like a fuck. Don't fucking pity yourself now after you've benefited the last, 2 months off the fucking hype of this game. Go fuck yourself, Asmon. You know yourself. You know if you could have handled this or not, and you chose to do it anyway. And that's why you'll do it with mods and all this other fucking shit. That's why you'll do it with hacks and mods, because it's so much easier. And then I can just engage with my content and just make it for content creation instead of actually the game the way it was designed.
And like it makes it very unenjoyable. I feel like I can't learn games on stream because people are constantly
you don't have to stream, bro. You don't have to stream, man. Just get off the game, bro.
Calling me stupid or trying
Welcome to the club.
to like give me bad information
Welcome to the club.
or insulting me. And
welcome to the club.
And to be honest, I don't like dealing with that.
Well, you dealt with that all throughout the OTK thing recently. Saying somebody that had bad energy or low energy, and they, you didn't know if they did or didn't, but you assumed they did. So how does it feel?
I hate that. I don't
They
like being insulted.
They probably hate that too, People already probably hate some of the stuff you say about them as well, maybe.
Or berated or people being rude to me or anything.
Okay. That's everybody, my friend.
Anything like that. And I've tried for years.
This might be yours for retirement. He might actually retire after this, I'm not going to lie.
And I've made negative progress, to be honest with you.
Make me
Is
so
beating your head
sad.
against the wall with a jumping attack because I get frustrated.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying, is I can't turn that off in my head. I just get so frustrated and upset that I
Yeah.
can't stop it. Seek a professional? No, I don't want to. Why? So you want me to like reorient my entire life and go to therapy because I get mad at a video game? No, I would just
Yeah. That might be what you have to do.
stop playing the game. No, I'm not gonna like you want to take drugs or no. It's just a game. Yeah,
It's not just a game. It's a game that you cover. And if that's your philosophy, then why aren't you opening yourself up for criticism when they talk about you playing that game?
I don't have like a. I don't have like a like an off switch for like getting upset. Like I will just get more and more and more mad. And I can't control that at all. And I think that playing games like this that are frustrating on stream brings out every negative aspect of my personality.
Right.
Like I'm insecure, I'm angry, I am like stubborn, like I'm not funny. Like everything about it, hard game is stressful. It is, and I get really stressed out. I do. I get really stressed out, and I can't deal with it. And whether you say that's like me being bad or stupid or a loser or weak or anything, that doesn't change the reality that it's happening. And I
Well,
can't make it stop.
that's fair. I mean, I can obviously speak to that as well. I've been known to get invested in video games, get emotional, and then once I'm in that mode, it's very difficult for me to come down as well. And I guess not just in video games, in life in general. And I think we all have like a stubborn nature to us all.
Like, I've been doing this now, like, as I said before, I never, like, if I could go back, I would have never streamed Dark Souls. I would have never done it.
Wow. Wow, the self-reporting. But you did it for the hype. And that's what made you partly who you are, Asmongold.
Because I hate the way that makes me feel.
Aww.
What? No, yeah, I'm serious. Like, I genuinely hate the way it makes me feel. And so, I think now that I'm, like, older, the reason why I give up on things very quickly is because I know that it's going to take me down that path. And I know myself, and I know that I can't deal with it. And so, like, at a certain point, like, knowing yourself is important to where, why are you doing something that is going to stress you out or upset you?
So why do you cover gacha games when you know it's going to promote gambling, addictive properties?
This is what Hassan means when he says streaming can be hard. No, this is just like an issue with me, right? This has nothing to do really with streaming, it's just me. But I mean, it's Twitch chat banter. I don't like that though. I don't think you understand. Like, I don't like that. I don't. I don't like being treated. I don't like people talking to me that way at all. Like, and also, I don't think it is banter.
You don't think it's banter? So what do you call what you do? You're right every time that you react to somebody's video? That you're never wrong? That all your criticism is fair? So why are you suggesting that the criticism of chat's not fair? I know you don't normally get the negative responses of chat because all your chat is basically sheepish, loyalist, fanboyish, whatever-ish, more-ish things, but, you know, why don't you actually acknowledge when you are not providing the content that they want or be a gamer like they think you are?
Like, with other streamers, I think that it's okay that, like, you know, they're, like, joking around.
You have a very different persona, Asmongold.
I have a lot of people that, like, genuinely fucking hate me. And
yeah, rightfully so. You've built up that audience. You've built up that rapport.
they just, like, are just super negative and hostile to me. It's not funny to me, and I don't like it. Just straight up. Like, I don't like being treated this way at all. Like, that's just really the way I feel. And so, hate watchers? Yeah, exactly. What about you insulting small streamers on your show the other day? Well, that's part of the show. You go on the show for that. I didn't insult them. I gave them feedback.
Well, they're giving you feedback, Asmongold.
So yeah,
Yeah.
such a low vibe today. Cheer up. Yeah, no, I'm being honest, guys. I'm being honest because I hardly ever tell people like the way that I feel about
Mm-hmm.
this, but like I have like crazy, like really bad anxiety.
A lot of people do. Not just you, my friend. Some people watch you to escape from that anxiety and the stresses of life.
And anytime that I kind of lose control of something or things aren't going the way that I want to, that anxiety goes like I like goes through the roof. Like I can't deal with it. And so I just can't. And so like if anything happens where I feel like I'm losing control or like things aren't going the way I want them to, or I'm out of my comfort zone, I totally fucking freak out. And I think it's gotten worse over the years because like the amount of like responsibilities and obligations I've had over the
Oh, that's so sad. You know, I don't know if his investors are putting on the responsibilities or if he's doing it himself, but regardless, that's your choice, my friend. No one told you to be Star Forge, OTK, Mythic Forge, fucking Mushroom Kingdom, whatever it's called. You know, group that's doing small indie games.
years have just gotten more and more and more.
Oh, pity me for being a millionaire. Wah.
And like at the point now where like I can't take a break from streaming.
Why can't you take a break, Asmon?
I can't just ignore people anymore.
Well, right.
I'm in a position where like I can't like kind of recover at all.
That's what a vacation's for. Are you trying to say that you work for China and that's why they're forcing you to work all the time and never give you any breaks? Like something like NetEase or Hoyoverse or Hero Games?
Mentally, emotionally, and so I'm just like constantly under this pressure, and I
Uh-huh.
can't deal with it.
Uh-huh. That's
And like with
understandable.
whenever I have like a game is like frustrating me at that point,
Yeah.
that just takes me over the edge.
Wow. Well, maybe a game wouldn't do that if you actually enjoyed the game and the mechanics and the fundamentals. But if you don't enjoy it and you're just there for content, you just there to want to do something and get it done and accomplish it, and you don't want any resistance, then yeah, sure, you could feel that way. I'm sure. Um,
Like that I can't
but the good news is most games are going to be accessible, easy modes anyway, so you're going to get what you want for most of the time.
do it.
And if they're not, you're gonna have online where you're gonna have all these people help you because that's what you've done in WoW. You log in, you get like all this gold from all the peasants that give you all the gold, or they'll run you through all the co-op games that you need to go through because they have the best builds. Blah 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 blah. Content creator, you know, privilege.
Like I'm over the quota. Want to take a break though? I can't.
Yeah, that's it. He's a slave to China. Confirmed. Asmongold, part of the child labor issues in China. It's true. NetEase got to him. They found a way in. He can't take breaks anymore. He's got to work.
I can't take a break.
He can't take a break. He's not allowed to take a vacation or a day off or a weekend. It's Saturday. I can't talk about it because I have an NDA.
I have people that rely on me.
Oh, rely on you. NetEase? Kuro Games? Hoyoverse?
People that need me to do things.
Like China?
Like a lot of people.
Like billions of people? The country of China?
I can't just take a break.
You can't just take a break. Unless, of course, you work for a communist country. You're allowed to take a break. You're allowed to have a vacation. You're due a vacation, Asmongold. Take one. You needed that drink that time. That was a rough one.
And so you can see how like having to deal with this kind of stuff is
So difficult, man. So difficult to play a fucking game and be a content creator who makes millions of dollars every fucking month.
I just don't like it.
Why?
I don't want to
Do reactionary content. Stop playing video games. Stop being a video game content creator. Let your audience that wants to watch you play video games go somewhere else. Please do us all a fucking favor. I'm sure other people would benefit from that as well.
do it.
I would actually consider that a win.
Yeah, like I don't want to do it. It's
Then don't do it. Don't hype games up. Don't try to fucking do 2-month hype trains for Elden Ring DLC and get record number of viewers. Then don't do it.
it's not enjoyable.
Don't react to the fucking Summer Game Fest, all that shit either. Don't even get into games. Just do political reactionary comment, meme-tastic shit. There you go. Stay out of this fucking hobby, like all these other people that try to latch onto it just to make money.
So like whenever I have like a situation where
Mm-hmm.
I'm in like a stress situation,
Yeah.
I have to get out of it.
Uh-huh.
I cannot deal with any extra stress. So
Again, I did not make this soundtrack is all his video, not mine.
that's the way that I feel. Not to be smart, to put yourself in a position and tides up. You have to find a good way to get through it and listen to yourself. Well, the way I get through it is that I don't put myself into stressful situations normally.
Well, games are not stressful if you enjoy games, if this is your hobby. It used to be called overcoming a challenge. Because if that's the case, then that means everybody in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s would have stopped playing video games because it was too stressful. No, they didn't stop playing video games. They saw that there was a challenge and they overcame it. And then once they get done that, they go to school or they would go to their job or they would just go into communities like game shops or voice channels and they would talk about their fucking experiences overcoming a challenge, overcoming these games that were difficult that designers had made for them. Instead, you got pansies like this who's latched onto the video game scene forever because it's very lucrative and then take on games like Dark Souls and Demon Souls because their chat tells them to because it's one of the best video game experiences you could possibly have and cries like a little baby after. That just shows not a gamer. And just so you know, chat, I can show all my experiences with these games. Okay? I can show you all my experiences with these games. Period. I have a video right now on the channel that shows my experiences with all these games. Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all of them. You can go check it out. Bloodborne, you can go check it out. It's called Am I a Gamer? ? It's still on the channel. It's my PlayStation-esque video.
Like that's why any time that I'm sorry, I was insecure about his performance. He's playing. Cultivate what you cultivate on this channel. What have I?
Bam. Talk the big talk, dumps on others that gets very insecure about his performance, and when hate comes his way, I wish it wasn't that way, but I imagine it is. Yeah, it is.
Cultivate
Hypocrite. It's called hypocrite.
Channel.
You can talk all the fucking smack you want to talk, and he makes a lot of money, and he's protected now because he's so big, and you know he's got Tectone, his big bully, to help basically alleviate any kind of hate. And all these people, okay? Asmongold has Tectone. Tectone has Hex Juice. This is how it works. Hex Juice has hers, and then blah, 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 blah. And all this permeates, persists.
You dump on people too often?
That's true. You do.
For what? For what? Playing a game making thousands is stressful?
Yep. Exactly.
It is for me. Yeah.
Well, then stop doing it.
Like, I can't control the way that I feel.
Right, because you're not a gamer. You need to get out of the industry.
Yeah, it's really stressful. I get really upset and I can't control myself. Straight up. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Stop playing video games?
You 100% can now? Anything, you do it a lot. It's not bad or good. No. I want to say that...
Mm-hmm. What do you want to say? Tell me.
I will be going through and banning all of the people...
Wow. That ain't very democratic of you. What about their free speech? You are one of the most... you're one of the biggest advocates for freedom of speech, and now you're going to go out and ban everybody?
that have been hostile to me over this.
Who's hostile to you? It's criticism. As much as you provide it to reactionary content, other people, they're saying it about you, and you're not open to listening to it.
I really don't like it, I'll go through the VOD and ban every single person.
Good. I'll make sure to do that. I'm not banned from this yet, so I'll make sure to comment soon.
Same with commenters and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this culture of like, I don't want to be treated this way, and I won't be.
Right.
Now, you can post it on your own Twitter or whatever. I can't stop that.
Okay, let me see.
But I'm not going to provide a platform for it at all.
Let me see.
Even a little thing, I can't deal with it.
Oh, I'm not signed in yet with this one. Okay, so we won't do it. We won't do it here. We'll do it later. I'll do it off stream. I'll reply to this VOD though.
Fuck the haters, yeah.
Fuck the haters.
Chill out a lot.
On your platform, yeah.
Hostility will not stand. Yeah, I just.
Well, okay, hostility in general, I agree. Okay, but calling somebody insane and dumb, that's pretty hostile as well. Okay, and you did that on Steak and Egg podcast. I came into your channel, I said you spread misinformation, and you told me to go fuck off, and you said no, I didn't. You didn't say fuck off, but you said no, I didn't, and you did. How does that feel? You spread misinformation. Obviously, it's on your platform. I get that, and you have a right to it constitutionally. But you know, now your whole entire channel is an echo chamber for your own thoughts, which you already think it is. I've already spoken to that with Tectone, with you, with all these people that don't ever want criticism, that want just an echo chamber of whatever, you know, whatever benefits them, right? My thoughts of you, my respect for you has gone down considerably in the last couple weeks, to be honest, Asmongold. Zach.
Just don't want to deal with it, man.
Oh.
And ironically, exercise 2 times a week. No, I don't want to.
Exercise is good. Oh, you don't want to change anything.
Like
I don't want to
do
change anything. I don't want to do it. I don't want it.
I just don't want to deal with it.
Right.
Like, that's literally it.
That's it.
If people are so obnoxious how good or bad someone is at a video game. Yeah, I really like it.
Oh, is it obnoxious? Oh, here you go. Here's your chat coming back to save you. Here's your chat coming back to feed into your own fucking, you know, headspace.
Just, I know it sounds stupid, but I can't handle it.
Wow, the fact that you say that. Self-admitted, but not really. Deflecting still.
Yeah, like I don't want to deal with it. I can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's been the second day, and I don't want to do it.
Well, you're done then.
This stuff tilts me too. Yeah, I can't untilt.
Well, if you're tilted, that's fine. But at the same time, you should have known this. You already said that you shouldn't have played Dark Souls, so you already know that you get tilted, which means you shouldn't have hyped up the game. You shouldn't have played the game, and you should stop and never play it ever again. And you know it's convenient for you that there won't be another release of this kind of game for a while. So, good for you.
I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I mean, I can't.
I wanted you not to play the game to begin with because you knew that this would do. It would probably tilt you, but you wanted to do it for 701.4 million views. This is just on Nier. He had a record amount of actual people watching him as well. He had like 40,000 people.
Be a robot. I think with almost everything else, I can. Basically, I can deal with almost anything else, but this I just can't deal with.
Right.
Because it's just the way that I feel.
Video games. It's, you know, because Elden Ring is like the most, quote unquote, video game there is out there. And it's the one you can't deal with. It just says so much about the philosophy of these people that are now playing video games. Why I have a problem with the whole entire industry. Then they don't support it. They don't care to support it because they don't care about the fucking artistic expression of a developer or just difficulty or just challenge in general. That's the reality, everybody. That's the reality. They don't give a shit. And I do. I do. I care. I care too much and I care greatly.
If people have like negative things, once I'm triggered, I'm done. Yeah, I'm unironically triggered.
Well, I mean, I get that. But again, you knew this before you got into the game, Zach.
I got really mad, and I can't stop it. So I just want you guys to understand that. People try on purpose to get your reaction. Fuck them. I think people are kind of surprised at your response because you're making fun of journalists for days saying it's too hard.
Oh, look at that. Making fun of journalists, trying to fucking get that content, huh? Trying to make those views, get all those people laughing at those journalists going to their sites and then bagging on them, right?
But those people are retarded.
Right, and right. That's the fucking narrative now. All these things, Tectone, Hex Juice, Asmongold, all use this fucking R word, huh? Fucking lovely, man. That is the ultimate counter narrative, the R word.
I'm making fun of journalists for saying it's too hard because they said the game is bad.
You're not saying the game is bad, but you're saying that you're not going to be able to play it.
That's the difference.
It Soul Series is considered the most refined, balanced, competitive video game. Period. Elden Ring is easier than the Soul Series. So, you saying that indicates a lot about who you are as a person and what you think about video games.
I never said that you're not allowed to be bad at the game. I
Right.
never said that. I said if you're bad at the game, you shouldn't be saying the game is bad.
Right.
And if these people don't know what they're doing and they don't know how to play the game, they shouldn't be writing a review about the game saying it's bad.
And that reminds me, you said something recently on the Steak and Egg podcast when you're trying to hype yourself up about Elden Ring that you knew the most about this game. So you're suggesting that you do know a lot about the game. And yet you went into this particular battle and got frustrated because it's in a Coliseum area, and yet you didn't go back out and try to like and clearly this may be one case where it's like bad mechanics, bad cameras. I agree with that. But at the same time, you should have known to come back when you could have one shot him, unless it was story specific, which I don't think it was or is.
Did I say the game was bad?
No, because you wouldn't say that, because you can't say that.
No, I said the camera.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Bro, on a few bosses.
The camera's always been bad. That's always been an issue with the Soul series, period. It's always been sporadic, the camera issues.
Was bad for fucking sure. No, I think it's a 10 out of 10 game. It's a great game.
Yeah.
It's just too hard for me to enjoy it.
And you can't really say it's not, right? Because your community would come out back at you. This is the problem with the industry. We have people like this being the flag bearers for content. And he's a co-owner of a video game company. What kind of cookie cutter shit's gonna come out of that fucking company?
I just can't do it. And I promise you that every time that I go into a game like this, it will happen.
Well, then, I don't ever want to see you in a game again. So from this day on, I will make sure to highlight all the times that you play games like this and the hypocrisy of this just for the views and the potential support you'll get. And that's why I'll end the video. My name is Physics. If you like this content, like, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.